Party till the sun come up and that's like 6 or 7. Drinking like we'll never get to heaven. Pray for my homies, but I always give shit to Kevin. Pull up and stun gas pedal, keep the engine revving. My league of gentlemen just turned into a coalition. We love the enemies, the enemy is prohibition. My women love to wear black, I only notice witches. She love the majestic of coach and say it's so delicious. Superstitious, so arisen. Even the 4 kids, hocus pocus, go ballistic. Feeling alcoholic and wearing no religions. Bless the homies, we smooth, so you know we ninjas. Going shinobi, I'm cool, but you know we switching. Walk in, drink gin on the rocks. Sip, take a swig of my fear to the whisk. With my crew like we tryna book fish on the docks. I'ma throw out the line, I'm a real and a chick.
Welcome back. Welcome back. We're a little later than usual. It is what it is. Life gets in the way sometimes. It was Aoli's birthday. Okay. Happy birthday to my dog, Aoli. All right. But you know what time it is, why we're really here. It is Wednesday, March 11th, 2026. You're watching Hump Day on One More Round Fights, and you know what you came to see. You came to see some grapplers. You came to see some top 10s. You came to have some combat sports news, and you came to kick it with us in the chat. I appreciate every single one of you. If you don't already know, I'm the host of this here channel. My name's Gaff, and I do this shit every single day of the week. It don't matter if I got work or not. I'm getting down with the get down in combat sports, baby. All right? And if you don't already know, we're trying to get to 800 subs, baby. We're on the way. We're marching. We are marching, baby. We're on our way. But it takes you. It takes more of you. More special people like you that understand what we're doing here is special. All right? So please subscribe to the channel. Also follow on social, yo. Don't forget to follow on social. We got cut downs that we put out. We got social graphics. We got parlays. We got all that shit, bro. One More Round Fights everywhere except for X. Fuck you, Elon. God damn it. Got me with a character limit. You make me mad every single time I go live because you are the reason I'm not synonymous across all my platforms, Mr. Elon Musk. I have to be One More Round F8 on X because I can't have the characters to do fights. How dare you? How dare you? Also, don't forget to catch me on Main Card Minute. You could catch me doing watch alongs for UFC. You could catch me putting belt to ass on Prop Quiz. All right. Catch me fucking smacking people left and right. You know who took an L from this guy right here? You seen it. Go back and watch the tape. It ain't a fluke. It's skill. That's precision, baby. That's precision. Don't forget, follow the Main Card Minute as well. And just for housekeeping purposes, Main Card Minute on your left, One More Round Fights on your right. Oh, yeah. My faithfuls, where we at? I know I'm at a different time today. I'm at an off time. I'm usually at 11 a.m., sometimes 2. Today, we're rocking with a 9 p.m. slot. I was busy all day, bro. I was rocking at work from like 8 a.m. to like 5:30 p.m. Shout out to the production team, man. They're doing a great job over there, kicking it with them. But it is what it is. Shout out to Rob Thomas. What up? He says, hey, dirt holes. The dirtiest of dirt holes in this motherfucker. Right here. Didn't even shower after work. You could see the shirt still on. I walked in the door. Actually, full disclaimer, I was away from Aoli on his birthday. Yes, I know. Terrible. I know. but I made it up to him. When I got back home, we immediately went out on a walk. No this, no that. Like, just dropped my bag at the door, grabbed him. We went out, had a nice fun walk. He took a fat shit on someone's yard, and then we hopped in the car. I let him drive in the passenger seat. I let him hop in the passenger seat, and then we took a little drive over to PetSmart, and I let the little motherfucker choose whatever he wanted. He got 2 stuffed animals, 2 big bones, a small little pigs in a blanket. Brother was chilling, man, eating his dinner. Couldn't eat the pigs in a blanket. Had to cut him up with a chef's knife, but it was a little tougher than I thought. Motherfuckers are hard, man. But yeah, Ailey had a good birthday. Now he's chilling over there, fat and happy, with some new toys around him, laying on the couch like a happy birthday boy should be. All right, so shout out to my dog Ailey. I hope you guys can wish him a happy birthday. Cosmo Kramer in this bitch. He says, yo. What up, brother? How you doing? We got some combat sports news before anything. Before we get into our hump day lists and you know, all our hump day theatrics, the highlights, all that. Before we get into any of that shit, guess what? Yeah, we got some combat sports news. We got some fight announcements. We got fights happening right now. I bet you didn't know that. Bet you didn't know shit was going down right now as we speak. Yeah, I'm about to hit you with some shit, ain't I? You're like, what? What's happening, right? What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? Is what I'm saying. Check this out. Right now, as we speak, Hype Brazil is going down. And you're probably like, what the fuck is Hype Brazil, dude? What are you talking about, Brody? What is Hype Brazil? Well, Hype Brazil is a grappling event. Yes. Okay. It is a grappling event. That should not be lost on us. Oh, shit. Hold on. You might hear something real freaking quickly, but I'm going to take it out as soon as I possibly can. Nope. You ain't hearing shit. All right. You didn't see shit. I hate you, StreamYard. Why you got to do stupid shit like that, StreamYard? We were chilling. You got to do some dumb shit. Anyways, combat sports news. Hype Brazil. Submission-only grappling match. That's the main card. Okay? The main card headlined. You might have heard this guy in the news over and over and over and over and over again recently. Arman Tsarukyan. He was supposed to be taking on Georgiopoulos in this event. Georgiopoulos pulls out. He wants their rematch to happen at RAF, so that is rebooked for a later RAF. But Arman still needs an opponent. The main event cannot fall out. So guess who steps in? Your boy Muhammad Makhayev, brother. That's right, flyweight. Muhammad Makhayev steps in to take on Arman Tsarukyan in a submission-only grappling match. I'm excited. Will Arman just big brother the fuck out of him, just push his goddamn pea head into the mat? Or will Makhayev make us wonder and think what could have been in the UFC right the fuck now? I'm actually excited for it, bro. I'm actually excited for it. If that doesn't get you excited, you should have seen the face-offs between Gene Silva and Bryce Mitchell this week. And no, they're not flukes. No, they're not old from the UFC. They're doing new face-offs. Yeah, new face-offs for a submission-only grappling match. I know, kind of weird. It is what it is. It was still interesting. They're going face-to-face, toe-to-toe. Bryce Mitchell looking crazy out there, shirtless in jeans. Gene Silva just doing wild shit always. I mean, they got the right pairing right there. I ain't gonna lie to you. Got me interested. Edson Barbosa's on the card. If you don't know that, he's taking on Shara Bullet. Yeah, bro. Go ahead and try to fuck however you can. Go get Hype Brazil on the freaking webs right now. I don't have it because I got to do a little show at this laptop right now, so you guys can keep me updated. But yeah, and then Lev Sariskian takes on Jalton Litterbach, whatever. But the prelims are bare knuckle fights, so if you're not into grappling, if you're like, I don't like that, well, watch the prelims. The prelims are bare knuckle. All right. And there's already been a finish. So I'll tell you from the bottom to the top. Guilherme Franca defeats Daniel Maga via unanimous decision, 29-28 across the board. Mateus Rangel defeats Paulo Ceará via KO punch, round 1 minute and 57 seconds. Already a reason to watch the prelims. Wallace de Lima defeats Carlos Silva via unanimous decision, 29-27, 30-26, 30-26. And Luan Duarte defeats Bruno Almeida via unanimous decision, 30-26, 29-27, 29-27. The next bout that should be happening right now is Mauricio Boni, Leonardo Guimares, then Brendo Lucas versus Rafael Brum, and Victor Felisberto versus Bruno Nascimento. I don't know if he's related to any Nascimentos. We may know. Okay? Shout out to Rodrigo. Shout out to the flyweight one, too. Anyways. Oh, wait. Is the flyweight one Rodrigo? And the bigger? Who gives a fuck, Gaff? Let's move on. Fight news. Colby Covington versus Dylan Dennis. RAF 7. It's the co-main. Fuck yeah. I'm sorry. I feel like I'm one of the only people that's excited for that. But Colby Covington, Dylan Dennis, we get press conferences. We get a full... Oh, man. RAF's going to be good. Obviously, Colby Covington's going to wipe the floor with him. But it's going to be good. It's going to be good, man. I can't wait to see the clips that Dylan Dennis has ready for us. What combination of words he has ready to shock us this time, man. Shout out to Dylan Dennis. That man never ceases to amaze me with how he treats a fight week. I mean, the man got himself into legal troubles last time. You got to give some respect for that. God damn. In real fight news, though, no offense to those wrestlers, we got an MMA fight announced. Shout out. I should have worn my Aljo shirt. That would have been the move. Aljamain Sterling takes on Youssef Zalal. UFC Vegas 116. If you're confused as to which one that is Brady versus Buckley at the Apex, April 25th. Okay, April 25th. Aljo, Youssef Zalal, they're kind of the same guy. One a little more dangerous than the other on the feet, but they're kind of the same guy. Aljo obviously better on the ground with the wrestling credentials. We've seen wrestling be an issue for Youssef Zalal in the past. Remember, he fought Ilia Topuria and lost that bout because of the wrestling. Yeah, people forget. So, yeah. And Aljo, bread and butter. You know where the money's going on. See, this is what I'm torn on because Youssef Zalal my dog too. You know what I'm saying? But Long Island, Jamaica, Caribbean. Okay? Aljo, that's my dog. I got an Aljo shirt. I ain't got no Youssef Zalal shirts. That's all I got to say. All right, other fight news. I was also real happy to see this. My boy, RDR, Renner the Ritter, finally decides to move up to 205. Fuck yeah. We lose Poetan, but we get RDR at 205, getting the donkiest donks out there at 205. Brother, Nikita Krylov's up there. Give me that. Give me that belt. Who else donkers is up there? I mean, Johnny Walker's up there. Give me that belt. What else? Who's the donkiest donkers up at 205 right now? I mean, Ankalaev's up there. He's not one of the donkiest donkers, though. Who's up there? I don't know, man. There's a lot of fun fights for our boy RDR up there. I'm excited for this 205 move. Again. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm mad excited. Let's see how the chat's feeling about that news, though. I gotta feel this out. Cosmo Alexander says, "Me Rocket, watching Love Is Blind reunion with the wife. Thanks for saving me. I got you, bro. Pop me in the left ear. She can't see that ear pod in the left, bro. Put the little phone underneath the sheet, but angles so that it doesn't look. You know, put the brightness down a little bit. You know the moves. Why am I telling you what to do? You know the moves. Oh, Bolaji Oki is elite. Yep. He's a knockout prop I'll be looking at this week. He might be in the club or sub or double. I gotta dive a little deeper. Mahmoud Makayev. Mahmoud. And then Dennis is definitely pulling out. Cosmo, don't put the bad juju on it already, bro. We just got it. Man. Don't put the bad juju on it. At least give us the fight week, then pull out. You know what I mean? Pull out like fight day of, then we're like, whatever. Colby was just going to wipe the floor with him anyways. They're going to bring some random ass fucking probably featherweight in to wrestle him. He still dominates. You know, it's no surprises here. No surprises. No matter who's in there, Colby about to smack him up. It's wrestling, guys. It's wrestling. Ronda Rousey slams the UFC after MVP signs Francis Ngannou. She also says that the UFC White House card sucks. She also says that Valentina's selling pics of tits on OnlyFans, and she's saying all this crazy shit. Ronda, chill. You literally just got back, and she's playing full WWE villain. She got the whole WWE villain shit going on. Girl, that wasn't you then. Why are we doing this now? Even as a babyface, you like when you were mean, it was still like we got behind you. We didn't get behind you when you're saying wild, crazy shit, Ronda. What the fuck is this? He's saying the UFC White House card sucks. It doesn't suck, okay? It's not as good as we thought. The card does not suck. That's crazy to say. Number one. Number two, she's throwing shots at not Ronda. She's throwing shots at Valentina for connecting with her fans on OnlyFans. Valentina ain't selling, pics of the girls on there or the kitties. She ain't doing none of that. She's actually connecting with her fans on there. She's one of those rare OnlyFans. I don't know from experience or anything, but she's one of those rare OnlyFans that you can't find that stuff. So I feel like Ronda may have found, or maybe in the past, I don't know, but currently these days, that's not what she does as the champ. You know what I mean? So that was a little weird for Ronda to throw that shade there too. It was just a whole bunch of things. It was just digs and daggers in the back of the UFC. And I'm like, damn, girl, they built your ass. What are you doing? Full villain? I don't know. Maybe she's just playing the villain this week. I don't know. Maybe I'm tripping. Maybe I'm sensitive. Maybe I'm a sensitive ass bitch. Who knows? I'm just saying. I thought it was a little crazy. She's talking crazy. I was like, the card don't suck now. I'm a little disappointed, but the card don't suck now. We still got 2 title fights on the card, Poatan and Ilya on the card. Justin Gaethje's fight. Sean O'Malley's pulling up with colored hair. Bo Nickel about to spark somebody out. Need I say more? Diego Lopez, Steve Garcia? Stop, brother, sister. Stop. And Francis Ngannou responds to the criticism that he ruined his legacy. He says, keep the legacy. Give me my pay, what I deserve. My family is my legacy. Shout out to Francis Ngannou. He's standing on business about his money. I mean, he's at that point in his career. Like, what the fuck is he doing fighting for legacy at this point? Even our best heavyweight champs don't really get legacy at this point, bro. Stipe. Think about where Stipe, how we think of Stipe right now. Think about DC. Everybody just calls him fat and divorced. Now, everybody just takes shots. Like, what heavyweight legacy would he been fighting for? Really, let's be honest. Even Kane gets fucking pushed back into the shadows. We barely talk about Kane anymore. We barely talk about JDS anymore. We barely talk about Andre Arlovsky, and he was one of our early champs and was around fighting for forever. That's a lie. They showed his fucking belt in every goddamn promo they showed of Arlovsky, but you know what I mean. They don't get the love like oh, he should have stayed and fought for his legacy. Motherfucker, give me that paper. I need my money. And I need it now. What do you mean, legacy? I can't pay the bills with legacy. I can't feed my kids with legacy. That shit ain't happening. So I completely get Ngannou with that. Pay was an issue for him. He got his pay. He got what he wanted. Everybody ended up happy. Nobody's mad. Tom Aspinall's the champ, man. Nobody's mad. So I don't know why we're still talking about this legacy share, what he should have, could have done. It is what it is. Like my boy Max Holloway says, it is what it is. And last but not least, I got to talk about it, bro. The flying squirrel. Did you motherfuckers see that flying squirrel this week? My boy Bazagit Islam Garib. Say that 3 times fast. Motherfucker hits a flying squirrel. If you don't know what the flying squirrel is, you and your opponent are face to face, right? Now you using one of using your lead hand, you bring the neck down of your opponent. At the same time, you simultaneously jump over their back and get a wrist lock going. Sorry, a waist lock going, right? With your wrist and your forearm and your hand wrapped around your wrist, okay? And then using the momentum of your flip, you turn and land and throw your opponent on some crazy shit. Go watch the flying squirrel if you haven't yet. That shit was crazy. Shit was crazy. I had to include that in the combat sports news. I was like, what? Flying fucking squirrel? I didn't even know what it was. And then I seen it. I was like, I know what it is now. Yeah, I'm going to mention that almost every time I see somebody grabbing somebody from the waist. Every single time. Be like, bro, flying squirrel this motherfucker right now. All right. That was crazy, bro. And that's all the combat sports news. I forgot to put the fucking lower up. It is what it is. That's all the combat sports news. I hope I remember to put the fucking time code in the right spot. Shit might not happen though. Anyways, it's time to talk about Hump Day, guys. It's time to talk about Hump Day. And guess what Hump Day's for? Oh, actually, let me talk about the chat real quick. What did I miss? Dan is definitely pulling out. All right. It's time to talk about the best grapplers. And we had a top 10 last week, didn't we? Didn't we? Now, for those that don't know, Hump Day, we like to rank the most dominant grapplers of the year. It doesn't only have to be a submission. You could get a TKO, all right? But let's say you got 9 of 10 takedowns, and then you got a ground and pound KO. I mean, you got to be one of the most dominant grapplers, you know? Obviously, submissions are shoo-ins. It doesn't mean you're going to get on the list because you could just fucking, they could take you down and you just get them with that gilly. I ain't counting those. But you can also have a very dominant decision, like alarmingly dominant, like double-digit takedowns dominant in a 3-round fight. Okay? So those are the 3 ways we rank our most dominant grapplers. And let's look at our top 10 list this year. Sorry, I always forget to hide those comments. But our top 10 list goes as follows. Mario Bautista defeats Vinicius Oliveira via submission, rear naked choke, round 2, 4 minutes, 46 seconds. Usman Nurmagomedov defeats Alfie Davis via technical submission, arm triangle choke, round 3, 4 minutes and 41 seconds. Justin Gaethje in the 3 spot defeats Paddy Pimblett via unanimous decision. Number 4 is Benoit Saint-Denis defeats Dan Hooker with TKO punches, round 2, 4 minutes and 45 seconds. 5 is King Green defeating Daniel Zellhuber via TKO punches, round 2, 4 minutes and 55 seconds. In the 6th spot, newly added last week, Francis Marshall defeats Eric Silva via submission, rear naked choke, round 1, 2 minutes and 29 seconds. In the 7th spot, Eileen Perez also added last week. She defeats Macy Chasson via unanimous decision. She went 6 for 10 on her takedowns in that fight. Jacoby Smith defeats Josiah Harrell via KO, ground and pound. That was a vicious one. Forgot to include the round and time there. At the 9th spot, Gene Silva defeats Arnold Allen via unanimous decision. And in the 10th spot, Jordan Leavitt defeats Yadier Del Valle via unanimous decision. Those are our top 10 grapplers in MMA of this 2026 thus far. Again, we do the top level promotions. We're talking 1, PFL, UFC. That's what we're working with here. If you got a fucking Octagon FC submission for me, I don't care. All right? I just don't. Okay? We're talking top level stuff. Those guys are getting the awards. All right? And shout out to my boy. Gustavo Oliveira. My fucking guy. Fan of the show. One more round fighter right there. All right, getting beautiful KOs this year, using his grappling to his advantage. Shout out to him. If we had started Hump Day last year, you could bet your ass he would have been a big feature. Okay, so shout out to him. And on TKO Tuesday, motherfucker got 2 beautiful KOs last year. Don't forget, Gustavo Oliveira, my dog. All right, but anyways, those are the top 10 grapplers that we have. Maybe we'll have some additions with this coming week. We had 2 events that went down. We had UFC 326 and we had RIZIN 52. Both of them had some submission finishes on it. Not too many on the UFC card, but we did have some dominant grappling performances. Will any of them warrant joining our list? We'll find out by the end of this, won't we? But first, let's start off with UFC 326, bitch. All right. First off, we had a couple grappling performances. I mean, let's start in our main event, as we should, with Charles Oliveira and Max Holloway. Obviously, Charles Oliveira was very, very freaking dominant in this win. Let's talk about it. Charles Oliveira defeats Max Holloway via unanimous decision, 50-45 across the board to win the BMF title. He went 5 for 13 on his takedowns. You heard that correct. 5 for 13 on his takedowns. And if you don't believe me, don't worry. Being the guy that I am, I provide the stats for your ass. Look at this. That's right. 5 for 13. Now 40% ain't, we rounded up. 38.5% ain't the best, but when you're that consistent and you're wearing down a fighter over the course of 25 minutes, it means more and more and more as it goes. Okay, so shout out to Charles Oliveira on his dominant performance. He defeats Max Holloway, and this is how he did it. Oh, blew it. Clicked the wrong thing. I was going to be so smooth. This was 30 seconds into the fight, by the way. Look at this. They just started. He's like, let me get your ass down. No more playing games. And then Max stayed there for the rest of the round. And then he did it again in round 2. And Max stayed there for the rest of the round. And then he did it in round 3. And Max stayed there for the rest of the round. And then he did it in round. And you see where I'm going with this. Charles Oliveira, very dominant grappling performance. Okay, so that was just one of the ways that this man was dominating this fight. It was tough for me to watch as a Max fan. He was just getting absolutely shellacked. It was tough to watch, dude. Motherfucker was just, it looked like there was no hope at one point. I gave up hope. I was like, he's not winning this shit, is he? He's not. And then some more takedowns. Look at the torque on that one. How he twisted him down. Look at it again. Oh, just the absolute torque that it took to just swing his hips. It was going one way, then twisted him the other way. My Lord. Shout out to Charles Oliveira. Those takedowns were no fucking joke, dude. Max cannot get up after it, too. That's some pressure. That's some control from Charles Oliveira. And last but not least, we got to look at this. We have to look at this last sequence. My man tried, points down, and Charles says, eat that. Charles says, eat that. Yeah, nice try. Charles, you motherfucker, man. Shout out to Charles Oliveira. He's our BMF. And he had a dominant grappling performance. I don't think he did enough, in my opinion, to warrant him joining the top 10 list. You guys can think what you want. I know he won a title with it. This, that, and the third. I just don't think that performance warrants joining my list. I feel like these other people had, even Eileen Perez, had better performances. Or at least celebrations. But anyways, who else had a dominant performance on this card? Well, shout out to our boy Raul Rosas Jr. Okay? My man defeats Rob Font via unanimous decision, 30-27 across the board. $30-27 across the board on Rob Font isn't the most surprising thing, right? But what if I told you he was 16 for 18 on his fucking takedowns? I shit you not. Raul Rosas Jr. 16 for 18 on his takedowns in this fight. Now, yes, I know what you're thinking. That just means he couldn't control him. Rob Font doesn't have the best takedown defense because he does get taken down often and because he gets back up and gets taken down again. That's why his takedown defense is so low. So you also gotta factor that in, okay? It wasn't just that Raul Rosas couldn't hold him down. Not a lot of people can hold Rob Font down. If you look at the last few Rob Font fights, I promise you there's probably at least 5 to 6 takedowns from everybody in the fight, except for David Martinez. We know he ain't do shit. We had 4 takedowns from Kyler Phillips, bro. Kyler Phillips had 4 takedowns. Davison had 4 takedowns. Corey Sandhagen had 7 of 7, brother. What are we talking about? What are we talking about? Are we taking away from Raul Rosas Jr. because he did what other elite bantamweights have done? Are we fucking shitting us right now? Are you shitting me? Give the man his respect. 2 for 3 on him. Who else? Jose Aldo probably didn't. Nah, Jose Aldo's a motherfucker, man. He said, fuck takedowns, bitch. I'm leg kicking the fuck out your bitch ass. And Cody Garbrandt had 3 for 10, bro. Cody Garbrandt. We just watched him face fucking Zhao Long 10 minutes ago. All right? And he went 3 for 10. Brother. Give Raul Rosas his flowers. That was a fantastic performance. 16 for fucking 18. All right. Let's see some of this performance too. Let's stop talking about it. Let's see it too. Oh, beautifully enters, gets that single leg, takes him down. Oh yeah. Look at Rob trying to get a little sweep action here. Too dominant. I think he actually does end up getting the sweep, but then Raul Rosas flips it. Oh no, just gets to his butterfly. Okay, but yeah, look at that beautiful single leg for our boy Raul Rosas Jr. Okay, and then he did a couple other good things in this fight. I mean, UFC Espanol all over him in this fight, as they should be. But here's some more little scrambles and stuff. Rob Font looking, he's on top, has that body lock, gets turned around. Raul Rosas in his guard, almost into a triangle, but into his guard, and then he gets off to the side, pulls his arm right back out, and then in, and then he's good. But yeah, shout out to Raul Rosas. Beautiful little transition here to maintain control, stay on top. Shout out to Raul Rosas Jr. Just one of the many things he did right in this fight. You gotta give the man, you give it up to my man. He did everything right. When he took a hell of a beating from Christian Rodriguez, we gave him all his L's. We got to give him all his flowers on this one. We got to. And look at this. And look at this last one. Towards the end of the fight, this angle is dope as fuck. Oh, get him. Get him. Drag him back down. Get another one. Get another takedown. Get it. Yeah. And then turns into it. See, shout out to my boy Raul Rosas Jr., bro. Shout out to him. Fantastic grappling performance. I think he's going to hop into my top 10. When you go 16 for 18 on takedowns, bro, you're getting in my top 10. You're getting in my top 10. That's Khabib numbers right there. If Khabib did that, all the fucking casuals would be licking his nuts right now. If Khabib went 16 for 18, everybody would be all over that shit. But it's Raul Rosas Jr. People want to take it away from him. How dare you? How fucking dare you? The man worked hard in there. 16 for 18. Brother, I promise you, I couldn't even take Rob Font down, probably. My bitch ass couldn't take Rob Font down. I'm 240 pounds, and I probably couldn't take Rob Font down, all right? You seen what the fuck Guru tried to do to Saryuki, and that was, no offense to Guru, that was pathetic. I would have put up a better fight than that, and I probably still wouldn't be able to take these guys down, all right? That's what I'm saying. This is world-class shit. Raul Rosas, fantastic performance. 16 for 18, brother. Whoa. Dante Johnson and Cody Brundage was not a fantastic grappling performance. I just wanted to highlight this bout because Cody Brundage could have won this bout due to his grappling, and he probably should have won this bout due to his grappling. But Dante Johnson defeats Cody Brundage via split decision, 29-28, 28-29, 29-28. It's a splitty. It is what it is. He went 2 for 7 on his takedowns, but the 2 takedowns that he got kept him in dominant position for a lot of time. I mean, just showing you strictly right here, just some of the graphics that were put out on this fight. And so look at his exchanges. I mean, Dante Johnson, nice little left hook there, but look at that jab. Popped his head back like a Pez dispenser. And another one almost dropped him. Almost buckled his knees. Cody Brundage looked pretty good in this fight. I'm not going to lie to you. I do think he deserved to get the splitty. It is what it is. But, you know, that's the game we're playing. When you leave it up to the judges, that's what happens. But even on social media, the story of the fight, when people posted the fight, whoops. They were showing stuff like this. Showing stuff like this. Cody Brundage on top. Cody Brundage obviously fighting off that headlock, but then Cody Brundage on top, controlling, side control, maybe half guard. You can't tell in that bottom one, but half guard for sure here. Half guard for sure here. You feel me? I don't know, man. It is what it is. The younger guy with more promise did win. I'm happy he did win because, you know, Cody Brundage probably accustomed to this sequence of events, to say the least. But Dante Johnson, undefeated, he gets to keep his undefeated record. So that's the good that came of this decision. And we get hopefully a bright young star moving forward. It is what it is. I feel for Cody Brundage, but the grappling almost won him this fight. It almost did. And last but not least, the only grappling that we actually got to talk about this week, the only submission that actually happened on the card, the only guy that made me right on my submission props, but I didn't actually take him, dumbass. Alberto Montez. Alberto Montez defeats Ricky Tercios via submission, Darce choke, round 2. He didn't need a takedown in this fight. Ricky Tercios shot himself into his own L. All right. Shot into the submission. Gilly Darce action. It's one of the two. You keep coming into somebody's pocket like that, one of the two with your head off to the side like that. So check this. Check out my boy Tercios. Shoots, and then boom, Darcy. Darcy Darcers. Welcome to the Darce side. Darce chocolate only, please. Darcy, I'm home. How many more can I do? How many more of these motherfuckers can I do? Montez with a beautiful, beautiful submission over Ricky Tercios. Let's look at this shit again. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Lock that in and turn him like a fucking snake. Turn him like a snake. Make his abs can't take it anymore. They just gave. And it's your fight there. You just got to keep running. Keep running. Oh, yeah. Fight over. Alberto Montez. Tapturo. Let's go. Let's go. And those were all the UFC 326 grapplers, submissions, all that. But they weren't the only guys that had submissions over the week, y'all. We had another MMA event. Guess who it was? RIZIN. Yeah, it was RIZIN, bitch. RIZIN had an event. And there was a hell of a lot of action on that card. A hell of a lot. But we had 3 submissions. 3 submissions. 2 of which I don't think I'll be able to show you. Actually, 1 of which I don't think I'll be able to show you. And then we have a decision in which some nice grappling was taking place. So I definitely should show it. First, we'll start off with that. So Arioshima defeats Kato Yama via unanimous decision, 29-28 across the board. And I mean, I just wanted to put this on display for the people. The people need it. The people want it. The people crave it. It was these 2 ladies going at it. Okay? These 2. But this is the little excerpt that we got. We got her first decision in 8 fights at RIZIN 52. This was the 8th fight of the night. They finally got a decision with this one. She controlled most of the fight on the ground. Kay Lotus wasn't active enough on the feet. She got her grappling. She used her grappling to win this fight, which is why I wanted to feature her and her celebration. So shout out to our girl in the bells and whistles, So Arioshima, with her big win over Kato Yama. All right. And then I think what's this other clip I have here? I don't know what it is. So let's just go and hope for forgiveness. Oh, this was the scorecards. These are the scorecards on this fight. So obviously rounds 1 and 2 to Oshima, using that grappling heavily. And then Oyama tried to keep it on the feet in that last round, but the damage was already done in the first 2 rounds from Oshima. I'm not sure how RIZIN scores. I know one kind of scores it as a whole, even though it's a 3-round fight. I'm not sure how RIZIN scores it, but yeah, I'm assuming, I'm going to assume they do it the regular way. I can't just assume they're like one championship. That would be crazy, right? So I don't think I have footage of this one, but I have a link here, so I guess we'll check it out. But Jinosuke Kishimura defeats Hideo Tokoro via submission, anaconda choke in round 1. I might have actually got this one last second, even though I wrote no footage. Wait, no, it's not footage. It's probably some bullshit like the last one was. Let me see. Oh, yeah, it's just an excerpt. So Kishimura took Tokoro down, passed his guard immediately, and then rolled into an anaconda choke that quickly rendered Tokoro unconscious. This was at RIZIN 52. The result, he finishes him. He's 2-1 in RIZIN. Hideo Tokoro moves to 4-6 in RIZIN. He loses by a technical submission choke. Anaconda in round 1. Now, the reason I show you this is because we have some post-fight comments from the loser of this fight. Okay? So Tokoro mentions after the fight, showing you here. He said, I couldn't do anything. He was strong. My corner said I froze up. I need to think about my future. So that's what he said in his post comments. I mean, yeah, that's what good grappling will do to you. Good grappling will freeze you in your motherfucking tracks. You'd be like, all right, I got a game. Oh, shit. What the fuck? I'm on my back? It just switches up. It switches everything up on you real quick. Real freaking quick. So I understand that. You know, a good grappler puts you on your heels fast, doesn't give you space, and then immediately puts you in a choke and takes you out. You can't even, you're dry, so there's no options out. You can't slip out. Fucking dry, dude. There's no slipping when you're dry. All right. Having a stubbly beard, you fucked yourself. That's basically sandpaper. You're stuck. You know what I mean? So, yeah, a solid grapple will fuck your shit up, man. And I understand why he was so shocked by it and honestly couldn't get any offense off. That happened in less than a minute, I believe, that submission. So that Anaconda choke, I don't know if it's joining our list because it wasn't, the zaniest opponent. It wasn't the biggest spot on the card. It wasn't anything crazy. It happened before the Oshima fight. This might have been the 6th or 7th fight of the night. So I don't think it's going to join our top 10 list because we got some heavy hitters on there. We got some UFC main eventers on there. We got some title wins on there. I don't know if it's going to crack our list though. Shoko Sato defeats John Sweeney via submission triangle round 1. Let's take a look at this one, huh? Let's take a fucking gander and a geese and a goose and all that shit. What do we got here? Oh, brutal knees. I thought I was showing a sub. Here we go. Oh, nice elbows. Nice. Cut him up. Cut him up real good. Real good here. And then eventually got him to give up here. Sets that left shin underneath the neck. Gets the right underneath that ankle. And then just fucking cranks. Ooh, that was gorgeous. Maybe I should include that in my top 10 list. Fuck. That was actually, let's watch that again. Hold up. That was gorgeous. I've seen this already, but I didn't know it was that gorgeous. Look at this roll. Look how he positions the left leg, then immediately steps over. He's got it already locked up. Elbow for good measure. Decides to just turn him and then brace that head, and then he gives him the tap. And then gracefully lets him go. I mean, what a gorgeous submission, no? No, boys? Let's see. Octopus says, sup, guys? What up, Octopus? Finally, a stream during the week I can tune into, says Christian L. What up, Christian? And then last but not least, Tyler Bett says, you must be a casual, Meat Rocket. I mean, Meat Rocket just he says everything that's wrong in the chat when he means everything that's right. It's just his love language, man. You just got to understand, Meat Rocket. It is what it is. It is what it is. So that was another submission. Damn, I didn't include it in the top 10, but I probably should have, low key. That was a really gorgeous submission. How he set it up, how he already was about to TKO him, and he's settled for the sub. It was a classic clubber subber dubber that we love to see. You know what? I'm gonna add that to the maybe list for next week. Maybe it'll knock somebody else off that got a decision because that was too gorgeous. Yo, low key, I'm like swooning over that fucking sub right now. That was too nice. Was it not? Am I crazy? I thought that was really nice. Anyways, last sub that we'll talk about is Noeru Narita. She defeats Lee Bo-mi via submission, guillotine choke, round 1. Check this out. It might be a he, and I said she. Let's check this submission out. This is the last submission of the RIZIN 52 card that I got for y'all, and the last submission of the week. Yes, I was right. Here we go. What a right hand. And look at this. She drops down. She's like, oh, you gave me your neck, girly. You should never do that. Sit down for that gilly. Leg over the back. Let's go. You're locked into place. Poirier wishes he got this one over Khabib. But look at that. Oh, look at that. Extra fucking. Look at. Wow. Should I have included that one too? Damn. RIZIN showed out this week. Hold up. Let's look at that again. Here we go. Leg over the back, locks it up. She's like, fuck, I can't get the strength. She cranks it over her own neck. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful, girl. Beautiful. Shout out to RIZIN 52 for giving us a few gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous submissions on the end there. Way to end it with the best ones, right? I feel like those are the best ones. No? I feel like those are the best subs. Fuck, man. Those might have to join the top 10. I feel like I fucked up on the list this week. Anyways, now it's time to look at our top grapplers. Top 10. It's time to see our top 10. Your Japanese pronunciation is impeccable. Thank you, Christian L. Shout out to the top 10 grapplers this week. This is my list, subject to change by next week. Okay, but this is the list as it stands. Mario Bautista still holds down that number 1 spot with Vinicius Oliveira. Usman still holding down the 2 spot with Alfie Davis. Justin Gaethje still in the 3 spot. Benoit Saint-Denis still in the 4 spot. Bobby King Green in the 5 spot. Francis Marshall still in the 6th spot after 1 week after UFC Mexico City. But in the 7th spot, we got new blood in the top 10. Raul Rosas Jr. defeats Rob Font via unanimous decision. When you go 16 for 18 on your takedowns, you got to be above at least Eileen Perez, okay? Jacoby Smith holds down the 8th spot still, defeating Josiah Harrell via KO. Eileen Perez drops down to the 9th spot, defeating Macy Chasson via unanimous decision. And Gene Silva holds down the 10th spot, defeating Arnold Allen and surfing his back. Subject to change by next week. Maybe Gene Silva will have then dropped out of the list. Who knows? Those 2 RIZIN submissions definitely got my eye on them. Don't you guys worry. And those were our top 10 grapplers of this 2026 thus far. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. Now, we got to talk about our grapplers on UFC Vegas 114. And boy, do I have 3 fights for you motherfuckers to keep your eyes on for submission props, takedown props. I know you can't take takedown props on the prelims, okay, at least in my state. But I will still provide takedown props for you all, because if it reeks of a submission, it reeks of a takedown more often than not, okay? Unless Dustin Poirier is involved, more often than not. And even then, the opponent's getting the takedown more often than not, okay? These are our subs. It would be crazy. It would be egregious. It would be malpractice for me not to suggest the Jillian Robertson submission. Now, I guess this should be the time where I bring in the little chart, right? You don't want to just look at me, my stupid face. You want to look at Jilly Bean over here. Gorgeous. All right. Jillian Robertson. Let me read you off a couple Jillian Robertson stats on that ass. Okay. 9 submission wins, usually in rounds 1 or 2. I believe it's 3 in round 1, 3 in round 2, 2 in round 3. Oh, sorry. 3 in round 1, 4 in round 2, 2 in round 3. All right. Lemos has 2 submission losses. Guess who those were 2? Verna Jandiroba, Jessica Andrade. Okay? If Jessica Andrade can sub Amanda Lemos, don't you think Jillian Robertson can with the size advantage? If Verna Jandiroba can submit Amanda Lemos, don't you think Jillian Robertson can? Jillian Robertson sub is in the Sub or Dubber Parlay of the week. All right? The Sub or Parlay of the week. Jillian Robertson's in there. Jillian Robertson sub. Okay? Now, sub prop that might not be on your radar that we're just gonna visit real quick, just because we have to. Just because we have to. You know? Where are they? Where are they? There they are. You got to think about a Petrino submission. I'm not saying it's going to happen, and it is absolutely not going in the Sub or Parlay. But I just allow me to convince you. All right? A lot of the times when a young guy comes into the UFC and has an issue maintaining his gas tank, has an issue going the distance, falters in his approach, a lot of time they get out grappled. A lot of the time. And if they don't get out grappled, they get beat up and then out grappled, and then they lose their gas tank. Now, allow me to tell you that Vitor Petrino has 2 submission wins, and one of those were in his last 2 fights at heavyweight. Could this be the Vitor Petrino of heavyweight? We cashed on his sub last time, lest we not forget. Okay, could this be what he does now at heavyweight? Is this his fighter DNA? We always like to talk about fighter DNA. I don't know, but I will be looking at a Petrino sub, depending on how heavy it is as a prop. I will be looking at that on Saturday night. I'm going to tell you that right now. Okay. Another one that I will be looking at that I won't be taking seriously Chris Curtis and Mirbek Orobai. Okay. Orobai has 40% of his wins by sub. Now, that equates to 6 submission victories for those that don't know. Okay. And he has submissions in 2 of his last 4 wins. Okay. So keep that in mind as well. Now, Curtis only has 1 sub loss, which is why I'm like, fuck this sub shit. All right. He only has 1 sub loss in his career. So I probably won't be taking this as a single. If anything, maybe like an Orobai finish prop. I don't even think that happens. This fight almost certainly goes the distance. Okay. But keep in mind that the only sub loss on Chris Curtis's record, it was only the 2nd loss of his career. And if you know Chris Curtis, he has a hell of a lot of losses since then. All right. 10 more to be exact. Okay. So yeah, I'm not liking the sub, but I would be remiss if I didn't tell you to take a look at it just in case. All right. But the ones that I need you to keep your eye on, the ones that you will be thanking me for on Saturday evening, Mosqueda. She has 4 subs and 6 of her wins. She's an ADCC gold medalist, a BJJ world champion gold medalist, no sub losses. Let me tell you, her opponent got subbed by Juliana Miller in submission grappling. You got subbed by Juliana Miller in the regional submission grappling game. You're getting subbed by Mosqueda. That's fucking happening. And it's happening early. And it's happening fucking early, too. Let's go ahead and look at this. I mean, stats alone, let's look at this. Oh, they don't got the stats up. She's 5'6". This is happening at 35ers. You know? What do you remember about Rendon? Not much, right? Probably not a lot. Well, I remember takedowns, right? I do remember that. The best part about this is we don't give a fuck about her takedown defense being 100% because Gillies happen when you take people down. Darce's happen when you take people down. Shout out to Alberto Montez. And shout out to our girl at the end of that RIZIN card, Bomi, I forget. But yeah, I'm loving a sub prop. And look at that. Even if we don't get her with the Gilly or the fucking Darce, she averages 4 takedowns a fight. She gonna get that shit. 66% takedown accuracy. Literally inverse of her opponent. High on significant strikes. Where's the submission attempts? That's what I need. That's what I need. Look at that submission average. Look at that submission average. I went down to the feet for you motherfucking Quentin Tarantinos out there. 2 submission average per 15 minutes. And the reason it's only 2 is because she gets the fucking sub win. She doesn't need more than that. 1, to make sure she can get it, and 2, to lock that bitch the fuck up. Okay? Shout out to Mosqueda. We're taking her sub as a single, and she's in the sub or parlay. Has to. Stupid to not. Hopefully we can get decent odds on it. Probably won't be because of her credentials. It'll probably end up being a minus 105, possibly a plus money. But I'm going to be honest with you, it's not going to be our biggest leg. It's not. And neither is this next one because it's, well, maybe because I believe they're a dog. But my boy right here, Luan Lacerda. I know Hector Sosa is a motherfucker. All right? I know he's a motherfucker. I know it. He's bigger, he's longer, he's stronger, all that shit. I know it. But keep in mind, we will be round robining. And then keep in mind this right here. I saw Aoli just hop up in the back. 85% of his wins are by sub. 85. I'll take those fucking odds. I will take those fucking odds. Okay. I will take that. Let me see the grappling. What's the fucking submission average? All right. Not the best submission average, but I kind of like that because obviously since fucking 11 or 12 of his fucking wins are by submission, he only needs 1. He only needs 1, gang. He only needs 1. I kind of like that. The submission average is low when your submission win average is high. So I'm rocking with my boy, Luan Lacerda, and that's the last sub parlay of the week. He's 13-3 with 11 submission wins. His opponent's never been submitted, but when you got 11 submission wins and 13 wins, brother, I got to take a chance on that. I got to. It has to be done. All right. So my sub parlay of the week is probably going to end up being, oh, wait. let me get right to it. Hold on. I got to put the lower up and shit too. Where it at though? My sub parlay of the week. Let me bring the chat back in too. What up, chat? Nice. Sub parlay of the week. Jillian Robertson, sub. Again, 9 of her wins by submission, usually in round 1 or 2. Lemos, 2 submission losses. Jandaroba and Josh. She's in the sub parlay. Mosquito sub. All right. 6 wins, 4 of them by sub. That's 67% right there. Okay. ADCC and BJJ World Champ, no sub losses. Her opponent got subbed by Juliana Miller in submission grappling. Juliana Killer Miller, the one we saw a couple weeks ago that couldn't even take down, what's her name? I'm sorry, I forgot her name completely. What'd they fight on, the Houston card? Carly Judas, the one that fought Carly Judas. Okay, you think she got subbed by her? Beatrice Mosquito. You're talking about 2017 ADCC gold medalist, 2022 bronze medalist, 2024 silver and bronze medalist in absolute and 65 kg. You're talking about the world champ from 2012 until 2016, took a year off in 2017, then won 2018, 2019, took 2020 off for obvious reasons and won in 2021, gold all the way. You're talking about the Pan American gold from 2011 to 2018. You're talking about the European gold, 2010, 2017, 2018. The no-gi worlds, 2010, 11, 12. We're talking no-gi world championships. That's what we use in MMA. Brother, Beatrice sub. I ain't going to say it again. I'm not going to say it again. Okay? Beatrice sub. And last but not least, Lacerda sub. When you have 11 of your 13 wins by sub, brother, you're going in my sub parlay of the week. Those are the 3 legs. Robertson, Beatrice, Lacerda. Book it. Round robin that motherfucker. I see it at the motherfucking the cash window. I see it at the window. Let's get our money. Let's get our money. And that's the sub parlay of the week. And as for the double parlay of the week, again, of course, the week that I don't do the takedowns happened. The takedowns that I would have put happened. All of them. Raul Rosas Jr., RDR, Charles Oliveira. They all happened. Every single one of them. And I didn't give the parlay out. We have to go back to the formula. That was a sign to go back to the formula. So it's probably going to be a 2 takedown prop. Not going to lie to you, but one of these people will give us solid odds. So let's hope that we can get it. But keep in mind, I have to do main card fighters. Okay. So my main card takedown props are for these 3 fighters. Vitor Petrino to get a takedown at heavyweight. Again, I favor him to use his grappling and maybe get to his submission game to win this fight. Vitor Petrino to get a takedown. That is leg number 1. Leg number 2, Jillian Robertson to get a takedown. Leg number 3, Josh Emmett to get a takedown on Kevin Vallejos. He's got to slow down that young motherfucker somehow. It's going to be with a takedown. All right. That is the double takedown parlay of the week. I'm sorry I didn't give out the takedown parlay last week and went with some stupid ass fight does not go to the decision shit that obviously didn't hit. We're going back to takedowns. Subber, dubber. Takedowns got to be included. We do it on Hump Day for a reason. So that's the double parlay of the week. I will put those odds out on Friday night or Saturday morning, whichever. I will be working Saturday morning. So I will only see you guys for the main card, but I will be putting my props out, and I will see you guys on the main card minute for the main card. Okay? So it is what it is. It is what it is. You brother got to make some money around here. All right, can't just put on your little YouTube shows. I got to get paid. All right, no, I'm kidding. All right, but yeah, that's the double parlay of the week. And that's it for this week, guys. All right, don't forget to tune in. You know, we also have 2 other iterations of the show. We have Mondays, Monday Matchmaker. Matchmaker Monday. We have Tuesdays, TKO Tuesdays, and we have Wednesdays, Hump Day. All right, this is a full thing we got going on. We give you guys all the days that all these guys aren't on, except for Thursday. But yeah, CP units on Friday, watch alongs on Saturday, live chats on Sundays, Matchmaker Monday, TKO Tuesday, Hump Day. How dare you not give me a sub? How dare you sit here and watch all this programming that I'm giving to you and you not give me a sub or a like of the video below? That is egregious behavior. What kind of person are you? What kind of person are you to not like the video below or sub? All this content on a goddamn Wednesday night and you're not going to like and sub? Come on, bro. Come on. Your mother raised you better than this. Your father raised you better than this. Your orphan home raised you better than this. Okay? I know this. Hit that like. Subscribe to the channel. All right? Scan that QR code right there. Help us get to 800. Don't be stingy with it. Let them subs out, baby. Let them fly. Like Mardi Gras. Let them out. All right? Let the subs fly. That's all I need. That's all I want. Come on, baby. It's free to subscribe and to like. That's all I got to say. I ain't even asking for memberships, but we got that too. Appreciate all my faithfuls, my day ones, my A1s, everybody that's been here from the start, from the jump. Appreciate you all. Cosmo, Me Rocket, Octopus, Christian L, Tyler, Tanner, John Ray, Richland, Sleeto, Kimbong Il, Kevmo, Kyle. All right. I'm going to get too far in the weeds if I keep going. But you know who you are. All right? Appreciate you all. Don't forget to follow on social. That's where we put out graphics. That's where we put out the parlays. So when you do see the clubber, subber, dubber in the pink graphics, that's what we did this week. Okay? And don't forget, also follow Main Card Man and my boy Luke killing it on Morning Combat. For housekeeping purposes, Main Card Man on your left, 1 more round fights on your right. I'm out of here. I got to get a parlay in for this 10 o'clock game. Enjoy the rest of your Wednesday. I'll see you guys Friday for CP units. I hope we have a 2-fight slate. It's probably a 1, but I will see you guys Friday. Enjoy the rest of your night. I'm out of here.
I live life how I wanna. Smoke out to marijuana. I live my life in these streets. We can smoke out the window. I'm on a trip. Maybe I'm a gunner. Cause I live I'm in yonder. Hot box like a sauna. In a foreign or Americana. Let me grind my green. Roll up, put inside my weed. Toast one to the sky for the highest. Then go puffin' like my trees. Floating on an Nimbus cloud. Who's blessing? Yeah, I'm hitting loud. Blowing smoke like guns blazing. Blowing holes in the spanner when they I'm saying I live life how I wanna. Smoke out to marijuana. I live my life in these streets. We can smoke out the window. I'm on a tree. Maybe I'm a gunner. Cause I live I'm in yonder. Hot box like a sauna. In a foreign or Americana. My eyes up, my vibes up. Yeah, my fire smoker cause the sinus. If you want, I got more in the grinder. After the blunt, you can call me a highness. I live life how I wanna. Smoke out to marijuana. I live my life in these streets. Licking smoke out the window. I'm on a trip. Maybe I'm a gunner. Cause I live I'm in like a sounded in a foreign